everybody, and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie, Esther here, and well, another day, another apology from Dead by Daylight. You may remember a few days ago I was mentioning to you that they were going to have a special event where they were going to bring in Chandler Riggs, who played Carl Grimes on the Walking Dead TV show, into the studio into Montreal to play Dead by Daylight with a group of content creators here, and it was a disaster, to say the least. It was an unmitigated disaster. Yeah, here's Chandler. He's promoting stream. Go ahead, listen in.
What's up, everyone? Chandler Riggs here. Guys, I'm here at Behavior Interactive, studio that makes Dead by Daylight, and I am just so excited to be here. I'm just had toured the office, had such a great time. I'm actually about to hop on a live stream with some awesome streamers, some awesome people, so can't wait to hop in. And so tap on the link, come check it out. We're gonna be live here pretty soon.
I also was excited. I dare say if you booted up my stream, my VOD, looked at it, I was beaming when this thing started. These are like my Super Bowl moments. I was very excited to see this. I'm a fan of Chandler's. I'm a fan of Walking Dead, a fan of Carl. And it was must-see TV. The TV anymore if it's on the internet. It was must-see viewing for me. And holy cow, was it a disaster. So I think Mazzagatti here kind of sums it up pretty well with this series of tweets. A recap of the 2025 Dead by Daylight Walking Dead stream disaster. 35 seconds into the first match, the lobby gets DDoS. So that's a denial of service where someone slams a lot of traffic onto your website and things just aren't working. Imagine you're trying to secure some Taylor Swift tickets on Ticketmaster and the site keeps crashing. Yeah, like that. 35 seconds into the first stream, the lobby gets DDoS, and Otz immediately recognizes the situation and comes up with a game plan to fix it, all while maintaining his composure and professionalism for behavior's sake.
Yeah, you might want to stay away from those two. They have beef, unresolved beef.
Oh no. Okay.
So you see how they can't pick up, right?
Oh. I did try.
All right, friends. I think we might need to have restart, and we might need to get a full staff list to join this lobby. I think we know what's happening here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna have to fill up the lobby so there's no room for any invites that can flood this. But no worries. We have a contingency for this.
Okay, so Otz recognized what's happening. This is something that happens to him as one of the most high-profile streamers of Dead by Daylight. He's experienced with this. He recognizes immediately what's happening is that a bad actor, an interloper, has come in and taken one of the spectate spots and figured out the IP address of their server and is doing this DDoS attack.
Chandler, look away. Nothing's happening. We're gonna fix this momentarily. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
It's all gonna be okay.
Honestly, if you
It's because it's
Look
my
at the
Irish
unhook.
internet.
Look
with
at this
literally
stuck
10
unhook.
hamsters on a wheel, so that is.
no worries.
Guys, is it lagging for you guys?
Is it lagging for you?
We
Maybe
need to restart this
maybe a
lobby, and we're
titch.
gonna ask
Might be
behavioral
lagging a
employees
titch.
to fill the thing. If they cannot fill it, I maybe invite some friends or something in extremis, like just in case, okay?
All right.
If we can fill the lobby, this should not happen. We're gonna need, I believe, 3 spectators. I believe it's what's the maximum? 5? We need 4 then. If behavior staff can fill that role, then wonderful. If not, I can maybe even get some friends together.
So you may remember recently that Dead by Daylight increased the number of spectator spots that you could have in a custom game. This was done basically because of their partnership with DBD League to make tournament play more easy to monitor by a number of individuals watching the different people in the game, and then you could like put it together like director cut to camera 2, cut to camera 3, because all the spectators can see what different people are doing in the game. However, this brought with it these problems of these empty slots where intruders could work their way in and mess things up. Now, in events like, for example, Otofu's Big Summer Brawl or the DBD League, they know this stuff can happen, and they fill all of those slots so that there aren't any empty slots to mess up the tournament, right? There's like DBD League is running tournaments with like $20,000 of prize money on the line. They can't have somebody coming in and messing up play, so they fill those slots. Same thing with Tofu's tournament. He knew this was a possibility. He filled those slots. So what Otz is asking for here is to similarly not leave empty slots in the spectator portions of their custom lobbies to prevent this from happening. He says it's not unexpected to him. He recognizes immediately what's going on, and he has an idea, his contingency plan to fix it. I don't know if he shared this contingency plan with Behavior ahead of time, or if in the back of his mind he was thinking this is what we're going to do, but it didn't seem like Behavior was on board with his idea. 13 minutes later, they load into their second match, and it happens again. No changes are made here, by the way.
Oh, I think it's happening again.
Yeah, we might. All right, guys. I didn't want to be that guy, but
It's happening again. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're gonna have to quit again. And Behavior, you guys are gonna have to.
Can we just bring spectators in, or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell my mods. Hopefully they don't have a problem, Johnny.
Yeah.
This was another issue
I
with the
can
stream, by the way. The echoey audio.
Get some fills.
What are we waiting for?
What are we waiting for? Rick Grimes' voice line goes off with perfect comedic timing. Yeah, so this was another one of the issues with the stream was echoey audio. We've had terrible audio the last 3 live streams that they've had. They're in this new studio. They still have not worked out the kinks on this. We either had echoey audio, or at points we had no audio for Chandler. When they switched scenes, Chandler was just muted. We didn't have Chandler's mic at all. There were points where the 4 content creators were asking him questions. What's your favorite movie? And then, unless you were a lip reader, nobody knew what he said. It's like, oh, and then they're all laughing. Ha ha ha. Yes, I'm sure it was a very interesting story for the 4 people who could hear it. So hoping to see an improvement on audio quality going forward in the future. Anyway, this was the second run, a second attempt to try and play a game. For whatever reason, Behavior didn't implement Ott's suggestion of solution. He wanted them to bring on some staff to fill those slots, people who work for Behavior to fill those spectator spots. In desperation, he said, we could even get our trusted mods to fill these spots. We just need to fill these spots so nobody can do this to us. At this point, Behavior starts muting, blocking, and deleting stream messages that were offering help and solutions. Basically saying, can you all just do what Otz says will fix the problem? Communication issues ensue. Otz once again offers an immediate solution, only to be denied by the devs. The stream then goes off air for 10 minutes.
All right, I think we're good to go.
Yep, I think this should go. Oh, never mind. I think we are having a bit of a problem in communication.
Yeah.
I would just rather get some of our mods or some of our trusted folks to be here if possible. Like, even if it's just for the first game until we have staff. Otherwise, we're gonna hold poor Chandler here until we can play. Yeah, no worries. Sorry.
So he's trying to let them know we got to fill these spectator spots, so this is going to keep happening. Behavior returns, letting us know the issue is fixed, and they load into the third match. The issue is not fixed. Otz gives up offering a solution and leaves up to Behavior to decide how to proceed. There was one point, it's not shown here, but we see where Otz is getting his mods to come in to fill the spectator spots, and they're being kicked out by Behavior, who is the host of the stream. They can, purge people from the lobby, and they're kicking them out. I don't know if there was a miscommunication there of who these people were, if they were afraid those were the interlopers. Otz was vouching for them, saying, no, those people are good. They're with me, and they still got kicked out.
Insane again and never be done with it.
I think it's happening again.
Yeah, guys, I'm so sorry, but I'm just gonna be a bit blunt with Behavior and just let them know that. All right.
Do we DC?
I think we'll have to, or else we're gonna have this convoluted mess.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of a shame, but we'll have to restart again.
For whatever reason, they didn't take Ott's suggestion. I've seen some people on different threads suggest that Ott's suggestion wasn't going to work because he was making his plans known to the hackers who were trying to mess up the stream and they would have outmaneuvered him. I don't know if that's the case, but since Behavior never attempted to use Ott's solution, we will never know. I do think it would have worked. They never tried it. Behavior instead forces Chandler Riggs to watch a rerun of him playing It Has My Face and then ends the stream. If you don't know about this, this is a game made by two people in Turkey that Behavior thinks has potential, so they're deciding to back it, and they're going to be the producers on it, and they want to sell it. Invariably, I'm sure they are going to offer some kind of a reward tied to Dead by Daylight if you buy this game, which will, you know, obviously artificially create sales for this game because people are going to have FOMO and want the thing in Dead by Daylight. It's a tried and true formula that has worked for Dead by Daylight over the years, whether it was with Death Garden or Meet Your Maker or Hooked on You or Flippin' Misfits, etc. It's going to work. They've pushed this on like 3 streams now. I'm personally not interested in it, but yes, I will be buying it so that I can get my FOMO item for Dead by Daylight. So it's going to work. Anyway, they had him play this game. Nobody tuned in to see this game. They tuned in to see Chandler play Dead by Daylight, not this game. And then they did a Q&A session afterwards off the cuff from questions that were taken from the audience, I suppose. Chandler hasn't really played Dead by Daylight in like 7 years. So he wasn't really ready for a lot of these questions. It wasn't a polished interview. Like when you're on a talk show, it may look like all of these questions are off the cuff, but guests know what's going to be asked of them so that they're prepared and they don't look like they're put on the spot. Chandler kind of looked like he was put on the spot. Some of it was during filler time where they were trying to fix the lobbies. Some of it was here on the couch with Dork. I feel horribly for Dork too, who had to try to make a silk purse out of a sow's ear from this whole situation. It was just a disaster. They wind up giving up and they don't ever play any Dead by Daylight. So from the audio of one of the individual creators' streams and zooming in on Chandler's camera while they're trying to fix all this stuff, figure it out, we get this soundbite where even Chandler Riggs is like, hey, that Otz guy kind of sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Should we do his thing? And they shut him down.
Yeah. Otz was saying that, like, if we fill up the lobby completely with spectators, but is that not going to work?
No, not for what this is.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, they just tell him that's not going to work, not for what this is. Again, we don't have any proof that it wouldn't have worked because they didn't try it. I do believe it would have worked. They never tried it. It worked. It's worked for Tofu. It works for DBD League that has money on the line. They just never tried it for whatever reason. I don't have an explanation for that. I don't. There's what we have here is a failure to communicate. Like, for whatever reason, they were either unwilling or didn't understand what Otz was proposing. I don't understand how they couldn't get people who work for Behavior to jump in the lobby and just fill those slots. I understand slightly if they don't want to let his mods do it, because when you take part in one of these things, you have to sign a contract, so you can't just bring in people off the street for it who don't have contracts signed for this kind of an event. But it was a disaster. And now we come to yesterday when they released this apology for the whole stream. Yesterday's live stream with Chandler Riggs and our creators didn't go as planned. You don't say, to put it mildly. And we want to sincerely apologize for how things unfolded. As most of you are now aware, we couldn't complete a match because the dedicated server players were on was the target of an attack. This put our content creators in an incredibly difficult position, trying to troubleshoot and adapt in real time while live. We know our creators have experienced similar issues, and they showed remarkable patience and resourcefulness, offering suggestions to help things get back on track. Yeah, this is not new for content creators. Some of the most high-profile content creators have to deal with this continuously, especially Otz and Hens, just to name a couple. There's more people, Lilith Omen. Several people have to deal with these issues from these DDoS attackers. While our security team was on hand during the incident, we didn't properly assess the situation and didn't act on plans, meaning Ott's solution, right? That's what they're talking about the potential mitigation plans. Like Otz is like, I'm ready for this. I got the solution, and they're like, ready up, Otz. We're ready to go. I don't know. Stop yapping and start readying up, Otz. We don't want to hear it. I don't know. They just went ahead. The definition of insanity is trying to do the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? And this is a failure on our part. We want to be clear. Our creators and community are the core of what we do. The last thing we ever want is for them to feel ignored or left out of the loop. We didn't communicate well enough yesterday, and we are taking a hard look at how we can do better moving forward. We also want to take the time to apologize to all of you, our DBD players. What was meant to be a fun moment bringing our community together turned out to be the opposite. Yes, we were robbed of an experience. Now, Dead by Daylight are absolutely the victims here. The hackers are the ones who ruined it. Make no mistake about it. However, they didn't, like, protect themselves, right, from this kind of stuff. So after talking to creators, we are taking their feedback to improve how we run these streams in the future. You know, I can't say too much about this, but yes, I've had my input with them on what they could have done differently, different ideas that I had about, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Obviously, Monday morning quarterbacking is very easy to see what they should have done differently. Hindsight is 2020, and hopefully in the future they will look at some of the ideas that I and other people have provided in order to avoid this in the future. Lastly, we want to extend a heartfelt thank you to Chandler Riggs, G Burb, Ghost Arcade, Mish, and Otzdarva for the time and support yesterday. Having Chandler and Rick Grimes for DVD at our office was still an amazing moment, and we're really proud to have seen that happen, and the continuous passion shown by our content creators and community is not something we take for granted. People told me don't read the comments. They're going to be horrible. I actually thought they were quite fair. There were a few that were out of line, but in general, people were respectful and just explained that, like, you know, we want you to show us something now. We're like, pretend we're from Missouri, the show me state. You know, we don't want to hear it. We want you to show us, prove it, and make some work on this. Especially when, here, let me show you this. At the end of the day, a really cool aside is that Dead by Daylight went the extra mile, and not only did they bring in Chandler Riggs, but they brought in Rick Grimes for DBD, who was kind of like the catalyst. He paid for this cameo for Chandler, making the push to, you know, get Walking Dead in DBD. They brought him in to meet Chandler. It's really cool. Here's his cameo that he paid for. I don't know his name other than Rick Grimes for DBD. He mutes it in the cameo, so we don't know his name, but it's cool that he got to be there, tour the offices and everything, and he feels like this was Disneyland, Disney World. So I agree with him. It's very cool. So he paid for this from Chandler.
Hey, what's up, Matthew, Dave, Death Dorks, and Eric? How you guys doing? Chandler Riggs here, Carl from The Walking Dead. So this is a bit of an interesting video message for you guys. So this is through Cameo, which is usually a a message or video messaging thing that people can get me to send videos to, usually family or friends that are fans of The Walking Dead. But who seems to be a huge fan of Dead by Daylight, huge fan of The Walking Dead, wanted me to send you guys a video message saying that apparently himself and a lot of other members of the Dead by Daylight community want Rick Grimes as a playable survivor with the legendary Carl Grimes skin. So just wanted to pass along the message to you guys. It's funny that this is happening. I'm actually a huge Dead by Daylight fan myself. I play on PC, have like 500 hours in the game. I used to play it like, it was like die hard. I was like always the first to rank 1 whenever the ranks would reset. So it would be very cool. Just, you know, I'm a little biased here, obviously, but it'd be really cool to have any version of Walking Dead in the game. So, but anyways, thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it, and thanks for being a big fan, man. I appreciate it. So good talking to you guys. Hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Maybe he'll tell me his name one day. But, whoever this guy is, Rick Grimes for DBD, he got to tour the studio, he got to sit down with Matt, he got to sit down with Eric, and he got to have dinner with the devs and Chandler after the event. Chandler looks okay. Maybe he's not totally upset about how everything went down, and he understands that it was hackers. It wasn't Dead by Daylight who dropped the ball on this directly, that the hackers wanted to ruin the experience. Maybe we could get him back and do it again. I don't know. I hope so. I hope this doesn't stifle these events in the future. People are super upset. I think they're most upset is that they didn't trust Otz, that they feel like, Otz had a better handle on what was going on and how to fix it, and they didn't listen to him. So I think that's what upsets people the most, when they think, nah, that's not going to work. So this too shall pass. Another apology. It's not a good look for the last couple of weeks for Dead by Daylight, to be sure. But, you grow more from failure than you do from success. So hopefully they can grow from this, do a post-mortem on the event, figure out what went wrong, what you would do differently to make sure this doesn't happen again. Maybe someday we can get a smiling Chandler Riggs playing Dead by Daylight on a live stream. That was how it all went down. If you don't know the specifics about that, it was a super bummer for me. I ranted a ton. If you want to go watch that live stream, I don't know if you can handle raw, unfiltered Paulie over there with his thoughts. But man, oh man, I'm glad I wasn't part of that stream. I would have not been a happy camper, as I'm sure none of the folks who were on there were happy campers. My heart goes out to them that they had to sit there and endure all that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We can't go back and change it. We can only learn from it and go forward. That's all I have for today. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate the time you spent here with me on my channel. Don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.